So, what are the type of services I offer? So, I offer a chakra energy healing, and I will go in my series, my next series of exactly what that entails. But it's basically I connect to your energy field, and I'm able to read it energetically. I'm able to read kind of what the story that you're holding on to, the emotion that is stuck and that needs to be removed. And then I usually, as well as I channel in my energy sessions, I'm channeling messages, I'm channeling anything from your guides and spirit guides and guardian angels, as well as any family members that come into your sessions. I'm channeling those messages that you need to hear that is in your highest and best, that can apply to really the type of messages I hear is anything from maybe what you are intending to do. Maybe you've been thinking about doing something and don't know how to do it. To maybe how are you taking care of yourself physically? How are you physically? You know, also information about your past story and messages from those guides on about your story and what has happened. I am just the conduit, so I just channel what you need to hear. It doesn't always make sense to me, but it always makes sense to my clients. And so I just bring forth all of that energy and all of that healing and all those messages for my clients that they need to hear, to be able to move past what they're trying to move past. So that's what energy healing is. Transformational healing and therapy is really a lot of the work that I do with patients. It's kind of your accountability coach. That's your accountability coach. I help people with a number of things from personal goals, professional goals, weight loss goals, because I've had thyroid conditions in my past, which I still deal with, that has affected my ability to be able to be healthy and lose weight. And so I've been able to coach people through that and some of the things that they can do to take a control of their health. So I do a lot of personal goals on that. I do coaching on any really life-related issues of things that people are really trying to strive for, and they just need that partner, that coach to be able to go through those things, and how they do it, how to deal with stress, what are some meditation techniques can I do? What are some creative things that I can do, because I'm not a creative person, but I want to be creative. What does that look like? So transformational therapy coaching really is coaching on a very personal, customized level, depending on what is the goal in your life that you're trying to achieve and manifest, and bring into your life. And that's kind of what we work through, and I really hold my clients accountable to meeting those goals, because that's what you need. You need that strong, neutral coach that's going to make you do what you say you want to do. So that's what therapy, the transformational therapy is. Mind, body, energy is really what that entails, is that deals specifically with going to the defense, going to the emotion that you are holding in your body, and addressing what it is, where it came from, who put it there, at what age did it develop, what is the story behind it, because it's super, super important when you are trying to deal from a very traumatic event, if you've had abuse like I have as a child. You take on stories that may not necessarily have been yours, or you didn't need to keep onto any longer, because you didn't know anybody, you didn't know any better back then. So going and really tuning into that pain, that trauma, that emotion, and really feeling it and seeing where it came from, and developing and sitting in and developing that storyline, pulling that thread, so to speak. That's what you do. You pull the thread. So that ways it can come up and out, and you can release that. So that ways that no longer affects you. That story no longer affects you. Like, my father was a huge trigger for me. And so I had to really do the therapy to understand, well, what was that emotion? What was that fear? Where did that fear come from? When did it develop? What situation caused that to be there, and really tuning in over time to really to go there and let it surface, let it come out, because all of that can come out. It can be released. You can close those stories. A big reason, that's kind of a very large reason for me that I got into the energy work, transformational work, because I was able to be helped. I was able to, someone supported me to be able to go to those feelings, that pain, as deep as it was. And I didn't trust easy. I was very fearful of trusting people. And that was something I had to work through to feel safe again, to be able to do that and feel safe again, to address those emotions in a safe environment. And that's where I honor you with, is I honor you with the space and the trust and the security to know that we can do that together in a very safe environment. So that ways you can close the chapters on those type of stories that don't serve you any longer. You're meant to live an abundant, prosperous, loving, amazing, happy, joyful life. And those stories that can affect us and not make us feel like we don't always choose what's in our highest and best. And so that's kind of what the mind body energy type of work deals with, is specifically dealing with, what are the defenses energy? What are those defenses that we put up, and those emotions that we hold on to that really is not our own and needs to be let go. So that's kind of, and a lot of my psychotherapist work, I also incorporate into my mind body energy work through, kickboxing our emotions out, hitting our anger out. So important to get that emotion. Watching sad movies, people kind of laugh, but it really does work. If you're a person that is really hard to show your emotion and bring it to the surface, watching sad movies, getting yourself to feel again is so, so important. I cry all the time now at commercials. I can watch a commercial and I get teary-eyed. And my boyfriend always laughs at me and just looks at me, but I love feeling now. I would have never been able to say that 10 years ago. I'm all about honoring your feelings. And so that's a lot of kind of what the psychotherapist mind body work does, is we're going to those emotions, those stories, those timelines, and we're peeling the onion little bit by little bit, because it is a process. It's a process over time that takes you time to heal, and that's kind of where the divine reconnections comes into play with the mind body, the mind body, the chakra energy healing, the transformational work, all of it in some capacity kind of intertwines with each other. And you heal through multiple layers, multiple levels, multiple avenues, thus divine reconnections. So next series of videos, I will dive into the chakra energy work in much more detail, as that is the core of my business, and that is where my true gifts that have been given to me come through. Thank you so much for watching and staying in tuned with me. I appreciate it. I'm humbled and honored.